Medical emergency turns into a SWAT standoff in Atlanta. Firefighters were responding to the medical call at apartments off of University Avenue when they say someone pulled a weapon on them.
And Good Day's Mark Teichner is live in downtown Atlanta with what happened next. Mark.
Yeah, and what happened next, as you can imagine, they left that particular location, got themselves somewhere safe, and then they called for help.
They were met with a person inside who wielded a firearm toward the faces of some of our firefighters.
A medical emergency call turns into a SWAT standoff at an apartment off Atlanta's University Avenue. Late Thursday night, firefighters responded to a person down call at the Columbia at Capitol View Apartments. After checking to make sure they were in the right place, firefighters went into the unit looking for the injured person.
There was a person inside who pulled out a firearm on our firefighters. At that time, our firefighters evacuated the area to a more safe position.
The firefighters called for help. Atlanta police and the fire department's SWAT medics quickly arrived at the scene. After a short standoff, the suspected gunman was taken into custody. No charges have been announced. Firefighters then tended to the person whose medical emergency triggered the call.
There was an initial patient that needed EMS care. At this time, I'm heard they're taken care of. There wasn't anything serious.
The fire department thanked APD for its quick response and says it's just glad no firefighters or members of the public ended up getting shot.
We always like to proceed with caution and rely on our experience that we have with a lot of our members in training, but sometimes some things are just unexpected.
And this certainly would be one of them. The good news is no shots ended up being fired. If we do get some information about that potential suspect, possible charges, names, things like that, we'll let you know. Reporting live from downtown, I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta.